Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Testing, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Okay, I'm up and running. All right. Hey, hello. It's Chris here with StreamCatcher Society, and I have some cross signals going on, so I need to just change one thing. Hold on. Okay, I have determined that I need a checklist for sure. So what I did was I just had to change the audio on my main system back to the Rodecaster, and I hope everything is coming in clear. I'm going to try, if I can, to do a Twitter space, X space, pardon me, while we're here. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. I have the Bluetooth set up, I believe, properly. So the Rodecaster is connected, yes. And if I start a space live on YouTube right now, and one of the things that's a problem with this currently is if you're not doing this on like some kind of streaming service, you're going to have a delay. I think it's up to 8 seconds or something, 8 to 10 seconds with a delay between YouTube Live and what's in X Spaces. So we will see what we can see, and I will just try and start now and see what happens. Okay, so we have started, and I'll go ahead and share that with my X fam here. Live now. And post. Okay, so that is that. And then I should need to go down to the Bluetooth here. And I should have a signal going into the Bluetooth module, but I'm not sure that that's working. Is it working? I think it is. I don't know. I'll find out. Maybe somebody will tell me. Hopefully this is happening through X Spaces, but I don't know if that's the case. I've got my mix set up, I believe, properly. So I think that's correct, but let's see. I've got the audio up, and now I'm talking in Twitter Spaces and YouTube, but I don't think I want to do that. So, well, actually, yeah, if I leave the mic on, then the Bluetooth should come in. No, okay, we're going to have to figure that out later. This is one of the hassles of dealing with all this technology, is the routing of the audio signals. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of some stuff here. There's tons to talk about, of course. There is a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of it not good, unfortunately. And I'm praying definitely for everybody who is hurting and struggling. And especially with all of the things coming up about potential war and all the other stuff, it is definitely getting a little hairy out there. So I guess we could talk about a few things if we go to... I haven't gone to a news site in so long. I get all my stuff off X and Twitter. So if we go to X here, let's see, x.com. Wouldn't even do that right. I got to go to Twitter. Okay, what's it going to do here? It's taking forever. I don't know why my internet connection is lagging here. Go ahead and let me switch over so you can see. There we go. So we've got our Twitter feed, our X feed, pardon me. We've got notifications and messages. There's a PC Philanthropy, which I follow. Trash Discourse, a lot of interesting politics from this guy. This is a great way to get news, in my opinion. I mean, the talking heads and all of the websites, even Fox News, all that stuff, which I used to watch back before 2020, before November 2020, all of them are just talking head opinion propaganda lies. So you really have to filter out the lies and find the truth. And honestly, right now, there's no better place to do that than X. So here's Scoble here. Why am I an Apple fan? Our junior high in Cupertino got a couple. Yeah, so let's go ahead real quick. I've got some bookmarks I'd like to go over real quick. Let's do our ChatGPT bookmarks. Yeah, this is cool. So Brian Rommel here has been involved in all kinds of different stuff. I don't really actually know what his full background is. I'd like to know a little bit more about him, but he's got all kinds of things going on inside of the AI space, and he reports on different models and different things. Definitely a good follow at Brian Rommel right there. And so he's talking about open source tests, which is 10.7 billion versus 1.5B. I'm not sure. I think that's 10.7 billion LLM. Apache 2.0 trained with the tests. Oh, okay. So trained with the test V1.5B data set. So it was trained with 1.5 billion data set, and it's now 10.7 billion parameters. Wow. Solar 10.7B base, 4K context window. It's an astonishing new AI model. So that's interesting. You might want to look that up. We also have Stability AI. You can run stable LM 1.6B on a Mac using Olama, which I am following, I believe, yes, and per second. So 121 tokens per second on local. Local is the way to fly. That's what I want to have, and that's what a lot of other people want to have. So that is cool. Let's see. I built Crew AI with LangChain AI. Yeah, Crew AI. I don't know why I bookmarked that one. Comprehensive overview of the best AI tools. That's searchenginejournal.com, scalable AI tools. Let's see. Hacker GPT. This is interesting. This is a GPT trained to be a cybersecurity expert, so you can ask it anything from how to hack into an iPhone to how to perform JavaScript injects. Yeah, it's going to get interesting, people. Another one from Brian, open source Amphion. It helped Taylor Swift showcase her talent by singing Chinese songs. Well, friggin' great. But it enables speech, sound, and singing capabilities. So you can actually translate your voice in other languages. I mean, the amount of tools we've gotten in the last year are just absolutely mind-blowing. So here's Rob Lennon, the guy I follow, 10 techniques to get massively ahead with AI. So let's see. These are all... What happened there? Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to the thread here, and you can see simulate an expert. And a lot of this, one of the things I've found in AI that really separates the men from the boys, so to speak, the ladies from the girls, is the ability to really be creative, to really think creatively, to be able to tell stories, to be able to interact with the GPTs in almost an improv kind of way. They like to be bribed sometimes. They like to be told that they're nice and doing a great job, or if they're being punished. It's not emotion. Don't get me wrong. This is all programming, but it is interesting how you actually can use natural language processing, neuro-linguistic programming is what they're calling it, which is total MK Ultra stuff. But they're neuro-linguistic programming and all of the different aspects that go along with getting, a conversation out of somebody, really. I mean, try and think about having a conversation now with some people, and it's very hard to pull words out of them. It's very hard to get, the right information. So in a way, the GPT acts like a lot of people do, which is, when you're having a conversation, it might be more difficult for you to get the information you need out of them. And you might have to coax it out of them using any different number of ways, psychology, just the things you say, that kind of stuff. So it's fascinating from that perspective. And we're going to definitely be focusing more on teaching people how to really attack these GPTs. I mean, everything, these are all big, dumb, expensive pencils. That's what I always say about art, art class and digital art. When I would teach, I would try to get people comfortable with the idea of computing and all that other stuff. And that's the first thing I tell them is they're big, dumb, expensive pencils. These things are only as good as what you put into them. So what you put into them creatively, I think, is really, really important. Let's see what else we've got going on. Grok is plugging away. Oh, one of the things I wanted to do too is I want to show you my new toy, and it's not a toy at all. I had to get this to replace my Comica mics, which were just terrible, and I'm going to actually hook them up in a few minutes here so I can get off this and maybe roam about the cabin a little bit. But the wireless Go 2 mic from Rodecaster, and I've got a Go Pro over here that we can look at the device when I unbox it. And I also have, what else? I also have a camera that I want to take out and take a look at and review, which is the Eufy, EUFY, 2K resolution and on-device AI. Look at that, AI. There's our AI news. This camera has AI, so it's worth more money. I bought this for our 3D print area. So currently, the Anycubic Cobra 2 Plus, which is the one I have currently going and set up, that one has a camera capability with a USB port that is literally labeled camera, but there is no camera available to buy for it. And I've tried to hook up every freaking USB camera I have in the house to that port, and nothing will recognize it. But inside the app, there's actually the app isn't too bad. I mean, I think it only got 2.5 or something on the App Store, but it's really not that bad. It has a section where when you're monitoring the print, you can see how much time is left. You can see, if anything has gone wrong. And in that app, you have a button that you can tap on that activates the camera if you have it and they don't have it. So I don't know where that is, but I would love to hear from maybe Anycubic on that and find out about it. But we're going to get this one installed. We're going to do some time lapses. I'm going to try and get this online so people can view it in real time. But if not, I'll definitely be posting a lot of really cool time lapses and different things of all the prints that we do. And we're doing, remember, we got the Anycubic, excuse me, just a second, I'm going to take a drink. We have the Anycubic Cobra 2 Plus, and then we also have the Elegoo Saturn 3 Ultra 12K resin printer, which is going to be awesome. And I'm just, I have to clean up some area and do a few things. I've really I went a little crazy with the Cobra 2 recently and did this. And this is a model that I created I'd actually started in Forger and then I went to Nomad Sculpt because I was playing with both of them. And I exported it from Nomad Sculpt into Cinema 4D, I believe as OBJ. And then I cleaned it up using some remesh tools and a couple of other really cool things in Cinema. And I thought I might show you a couple things in Cinema too today if we have time. And once I cleaned it up and remeshed it and got all the topology really nice, I exported that as STL. Then I brought it into the Prusa Slicer app. And I printed it on the FDM printer, the Cobra 2 Plus, which is a mid-sized printer. It's as far as the standard mid-range kind of 3D printers go out there, it's middle of the range in size. So you've got smaller ones, you got a bigger one which can actually do like full chest plate armor. This one can do like a full-size helmet. It's 320 by 320 millimeters by 400 millimeter build envelope. So it's pretty decent. It's not a bad size at all. And I've been really happy with it so far. Dialing in, of course, you have to have temperatures right and all kinds of stuff, but it's been a lot of fun. So, oh, and you know what? The whole "we'll be back" thing has been on the whole time. Pardon me. I am so sorry. All right. Too many buttons to push. Okay, I am back. Love on YouTube right now. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I'm going to end that. Or wait, no, wait. I'm not going to end it. I'm going to change the title to live. And I see Brad in there because that's why I figured it out. So Brad's probably laughing his ass off if he can hear me on the space. That would be awesome. Actually, Brad, if you can hear me on the space, I'd love to get a thumbs up or a heart, but I don't think you can. You might just be able to hear me through the microphone on my iPhone. I don't think it's working, but oh well. I will figure that out. But it's not love on YouTube. It's live on YouTube. So I fixed that one. And where was I? Okay, let's go. I have got all kinds of stuff to show. Let's show you this real quick. So Midjourney has released Niji version 6. This is not Niji actually, but this is Midjourney. I'm working on some cars with paisley design kind of thing, real trippy kind of stuff. And my private feed is full of neat little things here. I'll show you real quick. Just doing some kind of data in motion kind of thing. And I've got some other stuff I don't want to show too much of, but that's kind of cool. Doing some great art. So Midjourney is one of my core tools as far as online tools go. And then I use Stable Diffusion and using Automatic 1111. And then I'm working with Company UI, but I haven't really played with it that much. It's all node-based architecture, and I understand it, but I'm not as familiar with it as I'd like to be. But it's a lot of fun. And I love doing AI art, but I love making other things out of it as well, and taking it and turning it into something else. So that's where we are with that. Now that I'm all screwed up because I've had so many issues getting started, let's go over and see what. Well, one of the things that the AI that is going on right now in AI is that the federal government has come in with rules on AI, and they started last year to do this, but the AI regulations, which are coming down the pike, are basically toothless, in my opinion. They have no teeth whatsoever. That's not what I want. Let's see. Blueprint for AI Bill of Rights, no, Artificial Intelligence Act, regulation. Hold on. USA regulations. Yeah, so there's AI regulation trends. Congress must regulate artificial intelligence. Where's the one that they were talking about, though? There it is. Executive order on the safe, secure, and trustworthy development and use of artificial intelligence. So this was, October 30th, 2023. And just now they're starting to supposedly enact some policies or put some policies out through the government that people are supposed to follow. And, again, I've gone through this with the dot bomb. I've gone through this with all kinds of things. The government very rarely knows what the heck they're even dealing with. So basically it winds up being fines and all the companies basically saying, oh, yeah, we'll be good and just trust us. And then they wind up paying fines, and they do lobbying and kickbacks, and the whole thing is really fun. So I'm very concerned about what all of this is going to do for smaller businesses and smaller AI companies, because I feel like that's definitely a way to crowd them out and push them out of the market. So we have to watch about regulations, but we also can't have a total free for all either, because as one of the guys on Spaces that I follow, Dominic, was talking about drone swarms. There's drone swarms out there that are potentially really, really bad, which are AI controlled large swarms of drones that are very, very deadly. And in fact, back on a TED talk a long time ago, I saw, let's see if we can find that. Yeah, this is kind of cool. Let's see if I've got this audio right. It should be going through properly. Oops. Okay. I'm going to have to watch a commercial because I'm not on my account. Oh, this is TED. That's why. Of course, you have to watch TED. So let's see. Where is it? Oh, this isn't the guy. There was one guy that was on a TED talk showing, I believe it was just a full recreation, but it was basically like drones like this that you saw, but just much smaller. They were about, probably 1/5 the size of that had a little explosive charge about the size of, I think they said, like a few grains of rice or something, but it could like fly directly into your head and explode. So it was not exactly a fun thing to have an idea of that exists, but they're talking about stuff like that. So we have to have AI rules. We have to have some rules, but the problem is that the rules almost always favor the big boys who can regulate, who can deal with the regulations. So, oh no, I do not want Apple Podcasts. My lord. Okay, let's go out of here. Quit that. All right. Let's go. Let's explore. I'm kind of just hanging out today. I wanted to do a few things and do these reviews, but for the time being, I just want to kind of see what's going on in the world and talk about it, because I know there's so many people that are scared and freaked out, and let's see. I don't see a lot going on Twitter right now. Things quiet on Tuesday. I'm not finding anything. There's my notifications. Okay. Let me go back to my bookmarks real quick. Got some great stuff in AI art, for example. January 9th. It's like my bookmarks aren't here. Video, let's do ChatGPT again. Well, anyway, a lot of people have been finding out they're hitting walls with AI, and the hallucinations are getting worse, and it's all very fascinating. There's so much we can do with it, but even integrating it into current workflows, I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. I mean, really, it's I'm a writer, I'm a creative person myself, so I do things on my own. When I generate AI art, I don't want to generate something that is going to be uncopyrightable, so I try to make it my own and bring it into Photoshop or Cinema or do whatever. And I think that you can fall into a trap real easily of just rehashing the same old garbage with GPTs. So you got to be very careful about what it is you feed in and what you want out of it. But they're great amplification devices. I don't see them being extremely creative on their own. That sometimes they get lucky, but they're not creative on their own. You have to put the effort in. That's kind of cool. Woo. Oh, that's not. I've done that 4 times now. I do not want an orgasmic revelation. Not right now, anyway. Let's see. Elon, congrats to the SpaceX team. 10 rocket launches and land. That's something, I'll tell you. I mean, I remember growing up with the space shuttle, and I watched the Challenger blow up in midair. And I lived 3 hours south of Cape Canaveral, so I saw all kinds of stuff going out in the sky, and the space program was very close to us. So I was always fascinated with it, and just seeing the idea that you can land a rocket again. I mean, wow, that is so amazing that he's able to pull that off. And they're doing it nonstop now. So it's definitely not something that's any kind of fluke, that's for sure. Photo taken during a flight on the Hindenburg. That's interesting. Brian. And the redheaded libertarian lover. And yeah, shout out to all the people I follow on X. I definitely want to make X more of a part of this and talk about the people. You know, as StreamCatcher, that's what I do. Is I catch people's streams and make sure you find the best of them and show you and help you, and hopefully you'll find it educational and entertaining and informative, and then bring our own content, of course, to the fore. But all right, well, let's go ahead and real quick, let me switch over to here. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Rode Wireless Go 2. So this is the Rode. All right, let me do that again. So this is the Rode 2 Wireless Go. And I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to here. Oh, damn it. Of course. There we go. And then over. And okay. Rode Wireless Go 2. So the problem that I was having with the Comica mics that I got, which, they were just a standard Chinese knockoff kind of wireless mic kit, was that they were going down after a while, and I don't know if they were sucking batteries or if it was a setting that I missed that I couldn't find, but they were literally dying on me, midstream or 10 minutes in, maybe losing connection. I'm not sure what it is. When it comes to doing professional podcasts and things, which I'm still working on doing, of course, getting there, you really have to have the right stuff. And if you don't, you will experience problems. You will go through all kinds of things, and you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So along with the Rodecaster Pro 2 that I have sitting right here, as you can see, the Rode Wireless Go 2 is going to be great because it's going to allow me to move around, and I'll be able to switch cameras and different things on my iPad, and we can actually move around the studio, do some different stuff, and I will be free of the Shure SM7B, which sounds amazing, but ultimately I need some mobility. So we're going to check this out and open it up right now. All right. We have, it's one of those boxes you gotta rip, evidently. All right, I'm gonna do this with my knife. It's that eco packaging. There's no more nice boxes and all that stuff. It's just cardboard. All right. So we have that off. Again, this is Wireless Go 2. It's 2 units. I got it just in case I have guests or anything coming to where I live, which is probably never going to happen. But hey, you know what? Tim Pool got it done, so maybe I can too. All right, so the Wireless Go 2. This is the back of the box. And it's about $230, $220 for this. We can look it up on Amazon in a moment, but we've got our units here. We have a small, let's see if we've got anything else in there. Nothing else in there. So the box goes away. And we have a small bag for storage. And then we have the units here, which are in this paper. And there we go. And they're nice and tiny. They're tiny. They're tiny. Now these actually hook up to the Rodecaster Pro 2, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they hook up wirelessly and don't take up another channel, but I could be wrong about that. So let me triple check that. Let's see. Let's see how that works. So we have the quick start manual here. Let's go ahead and take this off so we can get the paper out of the way. And these are the little units with the little dead cats, as they call them. Here's your dead cats and your receivers. I'm sorry, your transmitters and your receiver. So, right there. And that's all there is to it. So once you get the devices set up, and we can peel off the plastic. You want to see the plastic? Ooh, watch this. Oh, yeah, I know. I love it too. All right. Once you get the devices set up and everything, you can pop the dead cat right on to the unit right here on the top, which is kind of an interesting way to do it. But you can put that on there, and then it'll get rid of some pop and hiss, and then you turn it on and go. So we've got our buttons here, and then you've got a charging cable. I believe that it comes with for 3 at once. Yeah. So you've got a USB-A to USB-C cable. We've got another USB-A to USB-C cable. We've got another USB-A to USB-C cable. Okay, no, it doesn't come with a 3-in-1. You can order a cable, of course, from Amazon that has 3 plugs to go into this with 1 USB cord. So there's that. So you have to find a way to plug all these into whatever. Usually power outlets and different things have USB. I have a bunch of different devices down in the bottom underneath here plugged in. And then you have your audio input. So that's going to go straight from, let's see. Okay, so you can hook it up via USB, or you can hook it up via an audio jack. And if you have an adapter, that's right. If you have an adapter, you can plug in the 3.5 millimeter into an XLR or whatever you'd like to go in to whatever you need. So that way you can plug this into a camera, you can plug this into anything, and you can access it. And then I'm assuming that with the USB, I wonder if it has Bluetooth as well. Let's take a look. I just knew I needed this. Okay, so there's that. This is how to turn on. A very simple manual. Simple manual there. Pictures. Make it easy. Maybe too easy. Let's see. Okay, so power on. You see there the power on. And then the power on the bottom on the transmitters. And so that's plugged into a camera. And that would be plugged into a computer for the USB. And there's also cables that it says that you can get for USB, of course, to like Lightning. And then there's that. So if we take the other plastic off, and we've got one more, I believe. Yes, one more. Oh, plastic. All right. Then we will turn this on. And it looks like it's dead. So these are supposed to last for about 20 hours. They have onboard recording on them. As you can see, there's a USB port on both of the transmitters as well. So you've got the USB-C built right into that. Little clips, which are nice. That will allow you to clip it anywhere you need to. Then we have, let's see, diagram for these puppies. That's the power button USB. And that might be a line out. Yeah, that's line out. Okay, and DB. And then I'm not sure what that is. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later. But for now, I don't know if I've got power on these or not. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to charge these. Yep, I don't see anything turning on. Okay, so we'll go ahead and charge these and get that going, and then we'll take a look at it and see if we can switch it on this particular show, because I'd like to switch it over and actually hear how well it works. But let's see, we're going to go ahead and charge a couple of these. So I need at least one of the transmitters and the receiver. So we got that and that. Put that over there. All right. Oh, let me do something else real quick. Let me post this live feed to Twitter. Just bear with me one moment. That's why it's nice to have people helping you out. Oh, cool. Now I can see my chat too. All right. So live on YouTube right now. All right. Okay, I'm going to I need to plug these two in, and I need USB ports for that, so you're going to have to excuse me for just one moment. Okay, well, you know that you're doing pretty well when you make your own desiccant packs. Rode desiccant packs. Let's see, hold on. Look at that. Rode. Okay, that's cool. All right, now, That was a total dismal failure. Again, I love this. This is wonderful. You guys get to see how it works in real time. All right. 2K resolution and on-device AI with Apple HomeKit. Show you that. So this is the Eufy, and you know what I was looking for ultimately was a camera that I didn't need to have a subscription frigging service for. So there's that. This is about $40, something like that. Let me see if I can find what the price is. Amazon. And yes, unfortunately, I order from Amazon. It's like my favorite thing ever to do, and I can't stand Jeff Bezos, but they have the best prices and the best service, and they have for a long time. Okay, so the Eufy Security Indoor Camera, 2K, 3 megapixel Wi-Fi plug-in voice assistant compatibility, night vision, motion tracking, home base 3 compatible, motion-only alert camera. It was $54. I think I got it on a deal, like $10 coupon or something, and I got it for like $40, something about like that. So let's see if I can super source you back. There we go. Yeah, so there's the Eufy security camera, purchased January 5th. See. And I went through a couple. There was one that I liked that was called a Wise camera, but it was a pan and tilt camera, and it would not stop panning and tilting, and it would not turn off, period, no matter what I could do. So I sent it back and got this. So let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick, and I will unbox this one. And I don't have to worry about it, no battery, because I know I have to plug this sucker in. Let's go ahead and grab a thing there and open her up. Okay, we've got our accessory box. We have our cable. We go USB-A to USB, micro USB. Micro USB. Don't ever use that. It's horrible. I always plug it in backwards. Okay, then we have our wall wart. We have our little manual. We have a mounting disc here. And after that, we have Mr. Eufy cam. Oh, I thought I had a Eufy desiccant pack. Just a little piece of paper. Okay, we got some screws, complimentary screws with a couple of anchors to mount your camera is always in there. We've got a million of those. And this would be the camera. All right, so this is it right here. The Eufy 2K camera. And seeing as how I'm going to be moving this thing around and just sitting it wherever I can, I'm not going to be putting the base on it, I don't think. But if I did... Oh, actually, that's not bad, though, because what you can do is you can put this on here, click it in, and then now you have a camera mount. Well, like a tripod or anything else. So that's cool. I could do that and put it on a tripod, which is exactly what I'm going to do. But unless you, I mean, if you don't want to put it on a tripod, or if you need to take it off the tripod, it'll actually sit flat on the desk or wherever still. So we've got our little plastic peel. Ooh, here we go. Oh, okay. There's that. Now, we will go ahead and take the cable and plug it in here. So we've got USB, micro USB plugs in there. Right there. will take this and plug it down underneath the desk. And bam, he's up again. All right. As you can see, the blue light special, the blue light special's on here. It's kind of going to do its thing. And we will see what we can see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the quick start guide. Pan and tilt. Okay, so setting up the system. So we now need to download the Eufy security app and then set it up and do our thing. So I'm going to end the Twitter space because I have no idea if that's working. And I've got to find a way to test that. If anybody wants to help me test it, you know, anybody out there on X or whatever, it's going to probably take like a full day of testing to go through all this shit. Pardon my French. Okay. Let's see. Eufy security. So we're going to go ahead and go. Give me just a moment and I'm going to go ahead and get this app. Double click here. Yeah, so this one, hopefully it has the AI thing and hopefully I can turn it off because AI is stupid. When it comes to actually understanding really anything, it's not very smart. So the AI systems tend to, with the Wise camera, I could not turn it off at all. And the thing was like, just going all over the place. It was nuts. So I'm hoping that this one is going to be different, but I don't know. But really, I just want, I don't... Okay, companies. If I buy a product from you, I want it to work 100% without a subscription. I mean, it's just ridiculous. How many subscriptions do you think one person can have? Really? I mean, it is absolutely insane that I should want to buy a webcam and 80% of them out there require that you pay $5 a month for it. That's nuts. Stop doing it. Nobody buys that crap. And if they do, stop buying it because this is not the way to do things. Okay. All right. We have the app. Plug this in, but I'm not gonna. Wants to send me notifications. So, wants to send me notifications, of course. I'll just skip that. Thank you. Okay. Now I have to sign up, of course. But nope, that's going to screw things up. Okay. But yeah, we're going to have this on the printers. And I'm going to have a 6K camera. Doing time lapse of the prints happening and all that. So see how it works. Okay. password must be between this and that. It must contain this and that. It must blah, blah, blah. Unreal. Okay. So this is the UP security camera. So far, the sign up has been a pain in the butt. Who has time for this crap? Okay. It's not letting me do it. Okay. Again, I'm trying to sign up with my phone on the app, and I'm trying to do a password that is actually good, and it's telling me I can't do it because I have to have, what is this? 8 to 20 characters, uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Okay. See if I can do that. Holy crap. And now, please check it. So I can't even get into the app until I get the mailbox from them, until I get the email from them. Who knows how long that's going to take. Okay. Well, what else is going on? Let's see what Fox News has to say. Why not? I haven't been there in a year. Mayorkas lashes out as impeachment articles are finalized. What a waste of space he is. Really? Oh, surprising. Actually, let's go to CNN. Biden says he has decided how to respond to deadly attack. Oh, good. What is he going to do? Go to the bathroom? Alright, UFI security. Verify. Yabba dabba do. Thank you very much. There's security and all access and all that other stuff. We've already sent a code to your email address. Oh my gosh, are you serious? It's sending me another email. Is it? No, that's the code. Okay. It takes me to a website. I have to copy a code and paste it. This is made by somebody from 2005. Welcome to my account. Great. Save my password, and have to do a verification code inside the app. And I got it wrong. This is nuts. Please check your email. Because I had to reset the password because it didn't say it. I didn't say it. Unbelievable. Alright, let's go back to this. Dismisses 14th Amendment case. Appeals expected. It's obvious when you go from here to here, where the biases are, and where the lies are, and where the propaganda is. What's happening now? Trump holds ground on Illinois ballot as election board responds to Dem pressure. This is all just garbage. Many people read the news anymore. It's garbage. Ravens kicker speaks out on video showing Trump. Costco's reaction after woman returns couch 2 years later. That's pretty funny. I like that one. Okay, let's see CNN. Mike Johnson, immigration deal absolutely dead, members say. What members? Z promised Biden China. Wow, it's like reading the Babylon Bee. The UPS is getting 1,000 jobs. That's amazing. I couldn't believe that when I heard it. Give me just one more. Yeah, this is garbage. Let's see what's happening in Instamat Studio. Game middleware developer. Promising new family of 3D texture and material authoring tools. Substance 3D. I tried to like Substance and I did not. Max, Photoshop 25.4, the updates just keep flying. What's new with 25.4? Minor workflow update, native full screen mode in macOS, and making it possible to install actions by dragging an action file into the UI. That's nice. Okay, pricing and system, yeah, okay. Right. Now, a lot of the it's interesting if you look here, you know, you have CG channels have been around for years. It's changed hands and ownership and everything. It's to check out occasionally, and they're definitely still covering most of the production stuff you can find in typical production environments. You know, AI is just starting to creep in with some of the recording. So we're definitely starting to see AI make inroads into different applications. A couple of stable diffusion plugins you can use for a blender. They'll allow you to do render and generation at the same time, which is cool. We got node tools in Blender 4.0. Hair. Let's see. Ultimate name of node tools is made it possible to create any standard edit nodes. So that's cool. I really like Blender, I've been using that for a long time, and not even near as I should be because I just don't have the time to dig in as much as I should. But I have let me see if I can. output for the studio and that kind of thing. And I swapped it out with my wife's MacBook Pro because she really didn't need the mobility. And I mean, this is it lasts an amazingly long time on battery. It is very capable. I'll show you right now. We'll launch Cinema 4D and show you how fast it is. And hopefully it'll load and actually updates or any other things I need to do. Running live is fun. Cinema 4D, okay. What does that mean? All right, so there's the quick start, but it loads really quick. Now, let me go ahead and see what I've got in here. Recent. Oh, this was interesting. This was something I tried to pull out, a depth map of a scene, and you can kind of see I got a little of the shapes, but it didn't really work out very well. Go ahead and not save that. Hide that. Let me go to my network real quick and find a couple of files. Yeah, Cinema 4D, boy, I'll tell you, I should have been using it a lot earlier than I was, but I was kind of still stuck in the Lightwave world, and I was using that for a long time. But Cinema 4D I've been very familiar with ever since 1997 or 98. Really dug into it and played with it, and it's always been a very, very capable program. I remember the first time I was ever demoed it. The demo artist was with Paul, my friend, and they were showing me different scene files. And as he was going along showing me the scene files, at one point I stopped him and I said, "Wait a minute, are you not closing those scene files?" And no, I mean, he had like 30 scene files open on that and was just showing me, and it was an incredibly excellent example of memory management back then. That was really impressive. I mean, I was very impressed by that. But it was fast. It was capable even back in the 90s, and it's gotten so much better now. They've integrated and bought a couple of different companies, Red Giant, and of course ZBrush, and they have a whole suite of tools now. The Maxon Universe, which is absolutely amazing. I think if you had the Maxon Universe and the Adobe Creative Suite, it's all you'd ever need, really. I mean, you could AI tools and other things, but it's a great suite of tools. Okay, let me get into my other system here. And let's go to projects, 3D printing. There we go. So this is the remesh. Yeah, let's see if this comes up here. There we go. Okay. So this is Cinema 4D at its base, and I've got a very high polygon model in here right now. In fact, I could probably not the best one to do. It's processing. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So this is Cinema 4D. We've got the standard orthographic views. We've got top, right, front, and then perspective, and all these little icons on each corners of the windows will take you back and forth to see the different views. You can change them. You can do whatever. Zoom in and out. So we've got, you know, pan, we can move around, zoom in and out, rotate, and that brings you back to your orthographic. So if we look here, we've got our display right now is set to Garot shading with lines. So if we go Garot, did I get that? Did I get that? Garot shading. So we got a lot of topology here, a lot of geometry, but this is the skull that I made, and you can see the topology on this is beautiful. The Z remesher and the remesh feature inside of Cinema 4D is just magical. it's really incredible what it does. You know, as far as like if you're going to try and render 4K scenes or even, you know, 1080 scenes with Redshift and, you know, max out your polygon counts and do all that kind of stuff, you're going to be hard pressed to do that on an M1 MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of RAM. But the fact that this runs the way it does on this machine, I'm very impressed. I really am. We're definitely going to go through some more tutorials and different things here, but you can do so much so easily. We got, let's go ahead and just, you know, we can do standard text. We can say, live your streams. Make sure we got that right. Yes. Tab. We can see that we've got live your streams. You can also see right here, this is our 0 point, and this is where our pivot point is actually located. So we just tap here like this, we can move the pivot point. Oh, actually, let me just turn it not from text, pardon me. Normally you would be able to move the pivot point using this and then just move this, but we're not ready for that yet. So we'll go here, zoom out a little bit. Cinema 4D will allow you to change the letter spacing, all kinds of different things inside of this panel. Very, very capable panel here to let you do all kinds of stuff, including caps. So let's go ahead and real quick, we'll go object, we'll grab our font. Oh, Typograph Pro I really like. Let's go ahead and subdivisions we can set to 2. You don't have to, but I mean 1 is enough. But actually, let's keep it at 1 for now. And do height 200 centimeters, adaptive. Okay, if we go over to caps, and we'll zoom out a little bit here. We're gonna zoom in, go like this, and then if we go back to our display and go to Garot shading with lines, we can see our lines here as well. And what we want to do now is go ahead and take your size here for your bevels. We're going to bevel the edges. Let's try 2. So 2 centimeters, that's not bad. Okay, and then we can go ahead also and go to objects, change our depth to, let's change it to 40. Make it a little thicker. And then that way, you can see on both sides, we have the caps and we have beautiful text that we can then animate. So it's literally that simple to create 3D text and then render it and animate it. We've got our material editor here. We can create a material, create any color we want, and simply apply it. And bam, you've got color. So I'm not going to sit here and do a Cinema 4D tutorial today because I really want to dig deep and do some logo work and some 3D printing and some other stuff with you. But I wanted to just show you that real quick. If you've never even opened a 3D app or anything, there's a lot of panels and buttons for sure. You know, hold over and it tells you what it is. But you do have to remember a lot of things and learn them and learn how things connect and pipe and all that stuff. But the simple things that you can start out with to do and get a handle on, you know, oh, this turns, this moves. You know, once you get a feel of the environment, the 3D space, what works how, all the selection tools, everything you've got in these areas, it's not that bad. So I highly recommend and encourage people to get into 3D if they're creative artists, creative types who are wanting to explore it. Blender is free, but I definitely like Cinema 4D as well, and I think there might even be a trial version coming soon. So that would be cool, or a free version. But anyway, getting back to the skull, you can see here I've got the skull. Take a look at this. Eufy camera over there. You can see that I've got. Yeah, there we go. A little bit better. You can see the detail of that, and then you can also see it right here. One thing that is really cool about printing 3D, especially if you're a 3D artist, is when you do dimensionalize something and you get it out into reality, it becomes a totally different experience. The ability to feel your model, to see it on screen, to make those connections is really cool, and it helps you as an artist. I think it helps you with dimension and scale and all that other stuff. So, but anyway, so that's what I did. I brought it into Cinema 4D after I exported it off of my iPad, which I was sculpting with, and I then exported this as an STL. So I can go up right to the export STL right here. And under the STL export, it's a pretty simple kind of setup, and we're exporting as millimeters and not centimeters. And we hit OK. It asks for where I want to save it and that kind of thing, and then I just go ahead and save it. As you can see here, I just selected some polygons. So I'm in, this is point, vertex, polygon, and object mode. Okay, so object mode, you can see I've got no color on it. Let's go ahead and, is this on Redshift? This is on Redshift. Render. No, it's not. Okay, so if I do another one, grab white, something like that, go like that. There we go. So it was all black, and I just added this to it, and you can now see that I've got a white surface, and I can add lights. I can do whatever I want to actually turn this into a rendered scene. But again, this was being created solely for the purpose of taking it out to 3D print. So once I got that done, I simply went into Prusa Slicer. And this was the 3D application that I used to print the skull model. And I've got this set up so that the build plate is the same size as the Cobra 2 Plus. And there was not a printer setup for it. I kind of had to do a custom one, but it wasn't that big a deal. So it was pretty easy to do. But that is the build area. And then if I go ahead and open a project real quick. Bear with me just one moment. Wait a minute, what am I looking for? Oh, right. 3D printing. Oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't even save it. I just saved it off to G code. So what we can do is we can actually import the model, just like we have here. Import STL. I exported the STL model, and oh God, I gotta go back through that again. Give me just a second. Rockets. So And there we go. There's the model. And this one was not the one I actually printed because it's bigger, of course, but you can take the model and just size it down to whatever size you want. And then, of course, position it how you want. And then what you want to do is, let's see what this error says. Different layer height for each model. Yes, you can print each model with a different layer height. Okay, so there's that. And what I can do here is once I'm ready and I think I've got what I want and the size I want and everything else, I simply hit reslice now. And as you can see, this came up and it says, warning, detected print stability issues. So why is that? Because brim is not on and supports on, let's say, for support enforcers only. Now let's try that again. File, reslice. And there we go. And there's nothing wrong, no errors. And if we go to here, we can see in real time how this will get built. And you can see there's a lot of, in fact, this is the one that I definitely did not print because it would fill in the whole area and I actually hollowed the model out. But that gives you a good example of you're going to have the model, prints and you can see the pieces, but then as it starts to infill, you're going to get all this infill in here. And that's a lot of infill build into the area. So you would want to clear out, hollow out this area and make this, the skull itself have a thickness. And there is a thickness thing in Cinema 4D that I'm trying to figure out that I haven't figured out yet, that you can actually just make the walls thick and do it that way. But I'm not quite sure how to work that out yet, but I'm working on it. So anyway, that gives you an idea of how the print will print. And again, because this is fused deposition modeling, it's going to go from the bottom to the top and lay down that material. And as it goes, you can see this is where it's laying it down. Now, one of the things I could see right here too, that's going to be a problem because I only put the basic supports on here, is that's going to be a problem because there's no supports whatsoever from here to here. So watch this. If I go, and this is one of the keys to doing 3D printing right and not wasting a lot of material and all that other stuff. So everywhere, and then we'll take off the brim and we'll do an infill of, we had 15. Normally it's 20. So let's go ahead and reslice that. Okay, now we got something that looks more like the one that I printed, which I have no idea where that one is right now. So the idea here is that the area in green is your support material. And you're able to come in here and break that off. And, you can see that on this model, there was some rougher edges and different things that I haven't even sanded down yet. And that was where the support material pulled off of the model itself. And I actually thinned out the walls to the point where when I hollowed the bottom of the model here, when I hollowed it out with just a big, sphere, I got a little too close on the interior to the eyes and it made a little hole in the eye, but I can fix that with some plastic, not a big deal. But I learned a lot. And one of the things I learned with this model, printing this large, is that this is no way to fly when it comes to doing your supports. These big, solid, walls of supports and everything else, you definitely don't want to do that. And, Prusa Slicer, I think so far has been great as far as being able to get my prints done and out. But as far as being able to manipulate and change all of the support materials and different things, I don't know if this program's capable of doing that. So I'm going to, definitely be digging into more of the 3D printer software out there, the 3D printing software out there. But so far it's done okay, except for, putting a large amount of supports in. And I don't necessarily see a way to edit that easily now with programs like Chitu Box or Lychee Slicer or something like that. There are a lot more tools for you to be able to edit your supports, to do resin and FDM, and that kind of thing. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this one will support resin or not. I have not dived into it that much. I think it does because Prusa, I believe, makes resin printers. But this is open source. It's free. And if you're running an FDM printer, a lot of people start with this, and that's where I started. So the Prusa Slicer, they also run printables, the website, so you can get that. You can get models and all kinds of stuff from there, and you can get the software from there as well. So we're going to discard. Oh, wait a minute. Quit. Discard. Following preset. Oh, no, I don't want to. No, I want to discard. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that is that is not Cinema 4D in a nutshell at all. But that's how I used Cinema 4D to bring this in, and I'm getting this little artifacting going on in the screen, but I know that's not in the model. It must be a graphics glitch. I've not seen it before. I wonder if I go. One thing we could do. Let's real quick. Let's see what we can do here. So this model, right here, and click on it. If we go to Object, and go down to Object Information. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm in the corner there. Object Information, and we'll take a look. We've got. So this is only 96,000 polygons, which isn't that bad, really, which is kind of wild. Display. Okay, so we're back to grow shading with lines, and 96,000. So show you real quick the remesh tool. It's really cool. I love this tool. This is the kind of thing that I'm absolutely expecting that when 3D text to 3D AI apps get better, I'm fully expecting to use this tool a lot in getting crappy models in that look good but are topologically bad to be fixed. So this remesh tool, again, is part of, if you can see here, it's got the Z remesher right here. So we're using the Z remesher, and I can take this down, let's say, to 50%, and then we'll do adaptive count and bring the adaptiveness to 0.001 because I don't want really any changes to the topology. So let's see what that does. It's going to go ahead and it's going to remesh that right there. It's processing down on the bottom. And boom, there we go. Now, 50%, we go ahead and do a connect again. Is that connect? I think that's connect. Yes. My poor little eyes. Okay, connect. Take care of your eyes, people. Connect, and then we'll go ahead and connect objects and delete. And now, once we've remeshed that at 50%, we go into here, and we say object information. And now we're down to 41,000. So just right about half. And we lost some detail for sure, but that's still pretty good. It's not bad. It looks nice. The ability for you to do adaptive level of detail in your models for whatever reason, whether it's for rendering or for game development, 3D printing, anything like that, the ability to take your models and bring them up or down in polygon count while maintaining the structure of the model itself, but also fixing topological bends and everything. This is some incredible math that's going on here. So I don't know if Blender has anything like this, but for the remesher tool alone, it's probably worth the cost of entry for a lot of people to see this. And again, we have it looks like a screen tearing issue with the renderer. I don't know if we've got a new version here of Cinema yet. We can take a look at the Maxon app. Well, we do have an update, yeah. So, and we've got additional content that we can install. So maybe that'll be fixed. But normally it's not that bad. Going back to the text, we can go ahead and grab that text, we can convert. Let's see, we can convert it, make editable, and you can throw a bend on there. I always get that wrong. Dyslexia. I don't really have dyslexia, but I feel like I do sometimes. Okay, so there's the bend tool, and we can bend it in different directions. So let's try X, Y. You know, easy animation stuff you could do. I mean, just think about like just that easy with just a bend. And then, of course, there's all kinds of different ways you can mess with the bends and do the angles, and bend it more. Just amazing tools, and all these different. I'm not planning on doing a Cinema 4D demo here, but there's just tons of amazing tools: bend, bulge, taper, twist, freeform deformation, mesh, connection, explosion, just melt, jiggle. It just goes on and on and on and on. You've got your tools to connect. You've got cloners and matrices and fractures. You've got Vorontal fracture. You've got the volume builder and the volume mesher. Amazing tools. Allow you to build volumes. Let me show you real quick. This is just friggin' cool. Grab 4 of these cubes. Give me some action here. Okay. So we got 4 cubes. We'll go ahead and grab a volume builder. Put all the cubes in here. And then if we see, we can take one. Oh, come on. Let's go ahead and go here. We'll go over what you can see here too is there's so many menus and panels that are able to give you tons of control. So you select the volume builder, go over to here, and under cube 3, 2, 1, let's grab one and make it subtract. So right now, which one was that? That was cube 2. So grab cube 2, just call it sub. Okay, and then grab this cube, pull that over and bring it up. Grab this cube, pull that over and bring it down. So look here and bam. So what the volume builder allows you to do in the volume mesher is basically create super booleans and just be able to intersect, divide, subtract, all that kind of stuff, and you do it in real time as you're playing around with the object. So it's just really incredible what you can do. Grab a sphere, for example. I think I made my screen too small. Oh, right. Okay, well, here, that's fine. We'll add that one and put it in there. And increase the size. We'll go here. Bring the tube into a subtraction. Grab the tube. And again, you can see how cool this is just by doing that. I made this cool little shape. I'm going to make it even more pronounced. And then we'll grab a volume mesher, put it in under the builder, and then you can make the mesh you know, whatever density you want, voxel range threshold, how adaptive you want it, and the mesher will mesh your polygonal object, and it is amazing to create shapes and just objects, and it's so cool. And you can go in here on the fly as you're doing this, you know, and you can change and you can animate this as well. So if you think about all kinds of different animations you could do just by changing and moving these around, you can export them, save them as Alembic files. Once you freeze them, you can change again their polygon density, make them more dense, less dense. You could print these hollow stuff out. It's quite incredible how far we have come with some of these tools, and I'm just really psyched about where we're going with everything, especially with integrating AI tools and everything into these amazing products like Cinema 4D. So let's take a look real quick. Go here, volume builder. Take that tube and we'll make it a union instead of a subtraction. And then you can see that we can move this tube. And again, it becomes part of the structure. So as we move along, and you know, you can make more just by easily holding down command and moving another one, doing that, sizing it down, maybe turn that one into a subtract, and and so you can see that there are just tons and tons of ways that you can take all these different shapes and bring them together. And when you have your volume mesher, let's do a voxel. Let's try to take our voxel range threshold down. Oh, okay. So now look at that. You're building it up for the voxel range. So about 50% is where it was. So we'll take it back to 50. And then you can also change the adaptiveness. So we'll keep that at 0. And we can create a curvature map. Not sure what that does. But I know what a curvature map does, but I don't know what it does in that context. And then so after volume modeler, you could actually put in a remesh as well, I believe, into there. Yeah, and then you can take, and if you need more topology, let's say, you know, in your items that you want to have, you're going to go ahead and go remesh, and let's crank it to, say, 300%. Now you'll start to see that we have more topology in there. And these surfaces can be made to be more or less accurate to what it is you're trying to build. But it's just a great way to go in and really quickly find very cool shapes and make very cool objects out of basic primitives or any other shapes, really, I believe. So look at that cutout in there. Just incredible the kind of shapes you can build. Move in and, you know, got a little lobby or a little house, a little tower or something you can make, and you just keep going. And then once you're happy with the remesh, we'd even take it up to, say, 500. See process, and there we go. And then we would do a connect there. There we go, and boom. And then you see all that hierarchy there gives us this object. And then we can make it editable. We can mesh it. We can go ahead and I'll go ahead and grab this one and do a copy. Turn that off. We'll go ahead and connect objects and delete. And then you can go in, once you've got it in polygonal mode, You can go in and select your polygons up here. You can, this menu has tons of different things that you can do, from bevel to extrude. So you can extrude and bring your, oh, that's screwing that. Let's undo that. Show you. There's our extrude. So again, you can easily model all kinds of stuff with this. You can sculpt inside of here as well, just like you can in Blender. And then also, Maxon has the ability to link with Forger, which is their iPad app on running iPad Pro, that will allow you to do all kinds of modeling with your Apple Pencil and your iPad, which is really cool. So I didn't think I was going to go that far into cinema, but I am absolutely amazed by this program. Redshift has its issues. I mean, I love it as a renderer. It's terrible on AMD, absolutely terrible. NVIDIA is much better, but yeah, you're talking still about a lot of overhead. So, you know, you just plan accordingly. One of the things about the physical renderer in Cinema 4D is it's beautiful. So if you don't need the really super high end, you know, subsurface scattering, all that kind of stuff with radiosity rendering and different things with Redshift, you know, you might very well be able to get away with the physical renderer in Cinema 4D. So love it. It's a great program, and I plan on showing you a lot more, including how to do logos and marketing materials and all kinds of different things. And, you know, the AI has its place, but there's nothing like a clean logo in 3D. I mean, there isn't nothing like it. So let's go ahead and quit that for now. No, we're not going to save. And yeah, we've got some installs and updates to do. Let's see where we are here. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Yeah, so I've learned a lot in doing all of this studio stuff. One of the things that I was hoping to have was 2 people in the studio, but that didn't really work out. So doing everything by myself has been a real challenge. If you want to do a serious one-person studio with multiple cameras, all kinds of different things, you're going to be doing a lot. And so one of the things that I'm doing now, that I've got all the equipment pretty much where I want it, and I've got most of it figured out and dialed in. I've got to create lists of, you know, this is your production list. This is what you need to do A to Z to turn on everything, shut everything down, and make sure that I have those checklists. Because without those checklists, you're going to miss something. Nobody is perfect. And when you're talking about doing all of this kind of stuff, you really need to have checklists for sure. Let me go ahead and see if I've got that email. I can go back to this Eufy camera bullcrap. Let's see. Password reset. Passwords. Okay. Pardon me just a second. Okay. I like strong passwords. Pardon me. Okay. Now I need to write this down so I don't forget it. Okay, that wasn't the most ideal way to do that, but I did. So let's see if we can get into Eufy this time. Holy crap, I'm in. Eufy Security would like to access your home data. Required to sync devices from Home app to Eufy Security app. Oh, the Home. Okay, do you want to turn on two-factor authentication? No. You guys, that was tough enough. Next. Just shush. Accept. Enable Face ID. Thank God. Oh, yeah, right. Face ID. There's another story. So convenient, right? Our passwords are such a pain. We need Face ID. Then we need a mark. Then we need... Ugh, no, thanks. Okay. Face login. Got that. Add device. And we're going to go ahead and add a wired camera. So we're doing this simple setup thing, and it's just asking me what kind of camera. I've got the indoor cam 2K. Make sure. Eufy security, indoor security camera with 2K resolution and on. Okay. There it is. It wasn't labeled right. Plug the device into the outlet before mounting and proceed with the setup. Yes, it is solid blue. I'd like to access the camera. Allow. Use your camera to scan the QR code located on the bottom of the camera. And it got it. Hold the setup button on the back of the indoor cam for 2 seconds until you hear a beep. Okay, the status LED will turn to flashing blue, which it has. Heard a beep. Like to use Bluetooth, allow. Connecting to the camera. Select the Wi-Fi network. Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait. Okay, it says connecting to the Wi-Fi network. The setup was successful. Okay, kids room, entry room, blah, 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 customize. Roaming cam. It's fine. Okay, confirm. Next. Okay, content extension of notification. What? Most efficient. Get notification without delay. Full effect. Get text notifications first, then thumbnail included if available. Include thumbnail. Oh my lord. No, most efficient. This is for alerts, and I don't want that at all. You can set whether to turn off the microphone of the device and audio recording according to when and where you use the device. Okay, that's good. And then no micro SD card detected. Okay, so if I don't have a micro SD card in here, it evidently won't work. Enable cloud storage, activate free trial, skip. Oh, now there's an update. This is ridiculous. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see where we are. Unable to connect to server. In the moments that I was away, I had to agree to Apple ID terms and conditions again for some stupid reason before I could actually do my firmware update. Or actually, it was happening. Oh, it happened at the same time. So it looked like it was something related to that. But the firmware update is going to take 10 minutes for this camera. Wow. What's it loading in there? Okay. Anyway, 10 minutes for that. Got our little Timmy to skull there. Okay. Well, this has been fun. I think I'm going to probably wrap it up soon. What time is it? I got some work I got to do. It's 3:10. This is always a learning experience, you know? I mean, I am continuing to perfect this, continuing to get better at it. I need more time in the day. Everybody probably feels the same way. It feels like time is accelerating. It's just crazy how fast things are going. But I am thrilled to be able to do all this, to get this going, and to get the site up and running. As soon as we have the site up and running as well, we'll have a lot more to talk about because I will have a structured environment and a structured list of things to talk about, an actual show. And we're going to have some giveaways and do some other stuff. But right now I'm testing new equipment, getting some stuff set up. Still... And we will definitely be kicking butt soon. But it's just a matter of getting everything together in proper order. Installing stuff here, pardon me. All right, so, oh, it finished, yay. I wanted to show you at least something about this. Where do you plan to mount your camera? Just stop asking me stuff. No, I'm not enjoying it. No, I don't want to leave comments. All right, roaming cam. Okay. So this is kind of cool. I've got a moving camera. Roaming cam. Someone has been spotted. Yes, I need to turn that off. I need to turn off these settings. Can I turn it off, though? Motion detection. Yes. Off. Confirm. Thank God. Okay. All right. Good. As you can see here, I have the camera set up. I can move it around. See all that stuff. So we're going to put that. Oh, I can hear it coming out of the speaker. Oh, it's picking up my sound from the microphone on the camera. And yeah, look at that. Okay. I wish I could hook up. Hold on just a second. Okay. It's kind of hard to see there, but I've got the sound coming. I have the sound coming through there now. Let me see here. Got the camera, and I can go ahead and I can actually pan around, I believe. Ah, here we go. And there's my pretty boxes, my Gridfinity boxes that I printed. There they are. So great. We've got the camera running. Let me turn this off. I don't want it on. Thank you. Okay. Now I've got an AirPlay passcode showing up on all my Samsung displays. Had to switch my TVs back because I couldn't get out of my studio mode. All right. Well, it's been interesting and it's been fun. I'm going to definitely do this more and do this more productively. I want to interview some people and get some things we can cover that are of real use to you, and I want to hear what you want me to cover. Anybody you want to talk to, that would be awesome. And I appreciate you hanging out for my practice test runs and my talking and just going crazy and doing my own thing on YouTube. We will get better as it goes along.